Hi, and welcome to this week's The Mortgage Broker Broadcast. I'm your host, Craig Skelton, and this show is for mortgage brokers and business owners who want to build a sustainable business without losing sight of why they started this whole thing in the first place. We talk about mindset, habits, and the realities of being self-employed. Quarter one of 2026 is done. And over the past quarter, the first quarter of the year of the podcast, we've covered everything from remortgaging and the importance of annual reviews to non-indemnity commission structures. Later this month, we'll talk about procrastination and protecting your clawbacks too. So it's been a busy start to 2026, and if you've felt like you've been running from one fire to the next, you are not alone as a mortgage broker. The global events have pushed inflation up again, raising energy and food costs. Mortgage rates have climbed, lenders pulling loads and loads of products. Clients are worried about rising bills, fixed rate deals are expiring, and you've probably spent a lot of time securing new rates and calming the nerves that's out there. But now that quarter one is over, it's time to pause and take stock. Reflection and review aren't luxuries, they're an essential part of running a sustainable business. Even when the market feels chaotic, stepping back to analyze the past 3 months will help you make better decisions and build momentum for the rest of the year. So today's episode is all about that, how and why to review the first quarter of 2026, what to look for, and how to turn insights into action for quarter two. Why quarter one review matters, especially in a chaotic market. When conditions are turbulent, it's easy to adopt a mindset of, I'll just survive this week. You fight fires, you respond to urgent inquiries, and you postpone everything that isn't immediate. The danger is that firefighting becomes the default, it becomes the norm, and you lose sight of your long term goals. A deliberate review breaks that cycle. And this is why it matters. First of all, it gives you context. Looking back on the first quarter helps you understand what was normal chaos and what was genuinely exceptional. Product withdrawals were outside of your control, but perhaps lead generation slowed because you stopped posting on social media or following up on those referrals. The second thing is it highlights wins and gaps. A review isn't just about mistakes, it's about recognizing what worked, the client conversations that led to the referrals, the processes that kept cases on track, and identifying weak spots. Did you follow through with those annual reviews? Did you stay in touch with your protection clients? Did any policies cancel unexpectedly? And the third thing is it resets priorities. When the world is uncertain, you need to decide what truly matters. Protecting clients, maintaining a pipeline, and preserving your own well-being should be at the top. A review helps you cut the noise and focus on activities that support these or those priorities. So what do you review at the end of quarter one? Well, the first thing I would do is start with the numbers. You don't need to overcomplicate this. Just pick a handful of KPIs and compare them to quarter one of last year or to your 2026 goals. So, for example, leads and conversions, how many inquiries came in? Where did they come from? Referrals, social media, networking, paid advertising? What percentage converted into applications and completions? If conversions dropped, is it because of affordability issues, what's happening right now, or delays in the case progression? Or is it on your own follow-up process? Protection sales, how many clients took out live kick IP alongside the mortgage? What was the split between indemnity and non-indemnity? Are cancellations increasing? Have you got more clawbacks than ever before? Also look at your remortgage pipeline. How many potential existing clients are due to renew in the next 6 months? Did you contact them early? In March, nearly 21% of mortgage product were pulled and rates rose by over 0.5%. Were you ready for that? How many clients have you helped secure a new deal, or how many clients do you still need to act on their behalf? And then time allocation. How do you spend your hours? Roughly how much time went to client meetings, sourcing, admin, marketing, and professional development as well? Don't forget that. Did you block time for reflection, networking, or education? Or did urgent tasks just consume everything and you're constantly fighting fires? And then alongside the numbers, just think about how you felt. This is important too. Did you start the year energized and then find yourself drained by the end of March? Were there moments when you felt particularly effective, or have a day without distractions, and self awareness will help you design a better Q2. So, how do you conduct your quarter one review? There's a simple framework. The first thing I would do is create space. Just like I sort of explained in January's mindset episodes, the importance is to get away from your laptop, go for a walk, sit in a coffee shop, get an afternoon out in your diary, clear your mind before you start looking at those spreadsheets and looking at the numbers. And then gather the data, get reports together, review your calendar, bank statements if that helps. You might review the number of mortgages completed, average case size, number of protection policies written, number of referrals you received, revenue split between upfront and accrual commission, and then analyze what happened and why. For each KPI that's lower or higher, it's important to ask why. Did a marketing campaign underperform? Did cancellations or lapses or clawbacks spike after budgets were stretched? It's good to know the numbers, but you need to be asking yourself why. And then identify patterns. Are your best months where you stayed consistent with social media posts or monthly newsletters? Did your energy dip whenever you ignored your morning routine? Patterns reveal cause and effect. And then brainstorm improvements, even if it's just with yourself. For each gap, write down one or two small actions. If your referral numbers are low, maybe reintroduce a simple ask during a completion call. If cancellations and lapses and clawbacks are creeping up, make sure you're putting in scheduling protection reviews 2 months before policy anniversaries and discuss adjusting cover instead of cancelling. And if you keep procrastinating on marketing, dedicate 30 minutes, half an hour, twice a week to repurpose old posts. It's better to share something than nothing at all. And then planning for Q2. Turn insights into action. Once you review Q1, translate your insights into a plan for the next quarter. You could recommit to your annual contact strategy. We've talked about the importance of reaching out to clients at least 12 months before their mortgage deal ends. Quarter two is a great time to build and refine your contact strategy. Set reminders in your CRM for 6 months and 12-month intervals and automate as much as you possibly can. And then work on your protection retention. Clients will be receiving annual statements, annual reviews this quarter. Use them to as a trigger to reach out. Explain why it's better to adjust cover than cancel when budgets are tight right now. Premiums will only rise with age and health. Remind clients that you're there to help them, and then stay present online. During March, many brokers went quiet on social media while they were firefighting, while they were too busy. Consistency builds trust. So repurpose content from last year. It's okay. If you're short of time, just do that. Share insights on the market. It's all about consistency. And also review your non-indemnity versus indemnity mix. If quarter one clawbacks hit your cash flow, consider adjusting your commissions choices with regards to non-indemnity, because obviously non-indemnity commission reduces clawback risk and builds a more predictable income. And it's also important as well to invest in yourself. Have you spent time to learn and develop in quarter one? It doesn't have to be all about tech either and embracing AI. Quarter two is a chance to add to your skills, even if it's just 20 minutes a week, reading an industry blog or listening to an industry podcast, that can just give you an edge. And just remember the remortgage wave is still here. Build a tracking sheet or start conversations early with your existing clients. Clients appreciate proactive advice and it reinforces your value too. And remember, reflection isn't just about dwelling on mistakes, it's about learning and intentionally designing your future. Some brokers worry that taking the time to review will slow them down, especially in a chaotic market. But in reality, reflection and action work together. When you know where you've been, you can decide where you want to go next. I've always talked about starting your day with intention and revisiting your goals. Apply that principle to your business each and every quarter. Make reflection a habit rather than just a one-off task. And as you review quarter one, remember to celebrate your wins. Maybe you secured and helped put a difficult deal together despite product withdrawals, or help clients navigate the rising and chaotic interest rates that are happening. Give yourself some credit. So, just to wrap up, and the key takeaways from this podcast, the first quarter of 2026 was turbulent. Inflation spiked again, energy costs on the rise, food costs on the rise, the mortgage market saw rates rise, products vanish. Clients are more anxious and budgets are squeezed. But this chaos makes it even more important to pause and review. Assess your KPIs, look at leads, conversions, protection sales, time allocation, and your pipeline. Understand the stories behind the numbers, cancellations, social media lapses, or process bottlenecks can all hide in the data. And identify small changes, whether it's scheduling annual calls, refining your non-indemnity mix, or recommitting to content. Incremental improvements compound over time. And plan quarter two intentionally. Build contact strategies and stay visible online. And keep your mindset strong. Reflection is part of running your own race. Chaos will come and go. You need to be aware of that, need to understand that. But your habits and your priorities keep you grounded. So that's it. That's this week's podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching as always. Remember, please run your own race, and I'll see you next week.